Is that not the greatest mid-range jump shooting since Michael Jeffrey Jordan? Is it not over? Clippers over Lakers? Should the Lakers just call it a season and go home?
So you don't want to give me my credit for picking the score. You don't want to give me that credit. You don't want to tell.
You said it'd be 15. It was like 38.
It was 23, and I said this. How many points did I say the Clippers would score? 120.
Oh, did you?
To 105.
Well, then you know better than I know. It's over for your Lakers. That was a tour de force. Patrick Beverley is back. What do we have to talk about? We should just call this show off.
So was LeBron playing last night?
He was probably watching, saying, LeBron likes to curse publicly all the time. You see those tweets?
Yes.
That's all he does is curse in public. He was sitting watching that game saying, oh, bleep.
We had some other things we were cursing about earlier
Were you?
today.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about that.
You guys are bringing
Here we
that
go.
up. LeBron, guys, not too happy. Let me explain. After Richard Jefferson said that Giannis might be a Pippen that needs an MJ, Jay Williams chimed in saying even LeBron played that role when he teamed up with Dwayne Wade in Miami. LeBron didn't take too kindly to that and responded with this. Explain to me what the bleep I gotta do with the subject matter. I'm over here minding my damn business, preparing for Houston. And by the way, I ain't never been nobody but my damn self. That's followed by a crown and another, a little swear word there. I can't say everything on TV, guys. Shannon, do you like LeBron's tweet?
I love it. At some point in time, Skip, you got to call out this blasphemy. Now, first of all, I don't get what Richard Jefferson's talking about. Because Scottie Pippen was never, ever thought of as better than Michael Jordan. And see, Skip, you remember when this pandemic went on in early parts of June. It was supposed to be released later. But because we were in a pandemic, there was nothing on television. They released this documentary. It was called The Last Dance. And what The Last Dance did is that it clouded people's judgment because people believe that Michael Jordan won every finals that he played in the NBA. And that's not true. Michael Jordan, in his first 3 playoff appearances, won 1 game. He got swept twice. He won 1 game against the Milwaukee Bucks. So if I'm not mistaken,
how many did you score against the Celtics in that first game?
It was not
How about 63?
So let me ask you a question.
How about God and sneakers?
So is it about scoring or is it about winning? I just need to know. Because the argument that you always use when Peyton Manning was putting up these big numbers, you were telling me Tom Brady was winning titles.
So you're saying Michael Jordan's overrated. Is that what you're saying?
See.
I think you just said that. You just made the case, and that's the wrongest case you've ever made in the history of this show.
I'm going to get back to my point. I love D. Wade. I love what he taken on his 3 sons, raising them. One of his sons chose to live her best life and says, Dad, I want to identify as this, and he supported it. Even though he caught a lot of criticism, he said, I love my child and I want what's best for my child. So I love D. Wade. Even as D. Wade won a title, D. Wade was Finals MVP. No one has ever said Dwayne Wade was a better player than Michael Jordan. No one has ever said that.
No.
So for for Jay Williams to come out and says that LeBron James was Scottie Pippen to Michael Jordan was a flat out lie and flat out wrong.
It's not a lie. It's just wrong.
It's
just
a lie.
wrong. Yeah.
It's a lie.
Well, it's not. I mean, he's not like making up. It's his opinion.
Skip, at some point in time, there's a lot of opinion that floats around that gets information. My point is that has Giannis played great? No. Giannis is about to be a 2-time league MVP. He's Defensive Player of the Year. So under that argument, the year that Michael Jordan won the Defensive Player of the Year and the MVP, who was Michael Jordan on that team? Because he got bounced in the playoffs. See, people got to stop this foolishness that Michael Jordan got to the finals every year and he won every year. No, he didn't. His first 7 years in the league, Michael Jordan did not get to the finals.
Okay. Well, it took some time. And then what happened?
Skip.
Well, tell the people what happened.
Give me a
Once
second.
he broke through, what happened?
Skip.
6 straight times, 6 straight MVPs.
So if you don't mind me asking, how many years has Giannis been in the league?
Yeah. Okay.
So who's to say once he break through, he doesn't keep it going?
Is that what you're predicting? No, are you predicting that?
Oh, my goodness. Skip.
Well, do you see that? We deal in opinions.
Skip.
What does your heart, what your gut tell you?
My opinion is that people keep making Michael Jordan is transcendent. He is a historical basketball player. But can we stop this notion that Michael Jordan never lost? Michael Jordan won every game. Michael Jordan went to the playoffs all 15 years. He went to the playoffs all 15 years. He won the title all 15 years. Okay, yes, Giannis didn't play up to the MVP standard against Toronto. He lost. But Michael Jordan was MVP in a bunch of years that he did not even make it to the finals. And nobody said a thing. We've got to stop this, Skip. If a guy wins the MVP in a season and he doesn't win the title, you got to stop thinking he's a bum. That's not true.
Okay.
Because it's very seldom, Skip, that a guy wins MVP and the finals in the same year. So when Kevin
Durant, it's very seldom because it's only happened now third time.
No. I'm just saying the regular season MVP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And defensive player of the year.
No. I'm just saying the regular season. I'm just saying MVP.
Yeah.
Because the year Kevin Durant won the MVP, Skip, did he make it to the finals? No. So what was he?
Okay, he was back-to-back finals MVP when it mattered.
That was not then.
Okay.
You keep trying to move the goalposts.
I don't move the goalposts. I'm just spitting facts back at you.
2014, how many finals MVPs did Kevin Durant win in 2014?
He was stuck with Russell Westbrook.
You changed the argument. You changed the argument again.
No!
Change the argument again.
I first guessed that. I was so far ahead of that curve, it was a joke. It was a joke. I was the one. I said, do you see what's happening in Oklahoma City? Did I not? You got to give me credit. I first guess. I don't second guess.
Skip, that's not the argument.
Okay. I make it first. You look at it in hindsight. I make it first. I first guess everything.
Okay, Skip. You get kudos for that, but that's
not from you.
Skip, but that's not the argument in this.
Okay, what is the argument right here, right now? It starts with Giannis.
Yes.
Who is he? What is he? What will he be? That's the subject at hand.
He's a two-time, he's about to be a two-time league MVP and a defensive player of the year.
Okay.
That is a young player. Okay.
What did start this? Richard Jefferson tweeted, Giannis might be a Pippen. He said, might be a Pippen, ... There I said it. This is the tweet from Richard Jefferson, who obviously played with LeBron. He's played a long time in the league. Not a great player, but a pretty good player.
Great. So how good? So if he's not great, how many good players have won the MVP in the regular season?
Okay, I don't know what the point is of what you're asking.
But you said he might be a good player. He's a two-time league MVP.
I'm trying to give him some credibility here. He played alongside LeBron. He loves LeBron, right?
Yeah.
Okay, might be a Pippen about Giannis. There I said it. He needs his Jordan. That's the tweet that detonated all this from Richard Jefferson, okay? I co-signed that tweet because I first guessed that. I told you last year, games 3, 4, 5, and 6 against the Toronto Raptors, Giannis shrank. What do we call him? 6'11"? He played like he was 6'3" in that series in the last 4 games. In the fourth quarter of those 4 straight games, he completely disappeared. He was ineffective to the point he was shooting 29% from the field over those 4 games because they walled him off and said, you have a big hole in your game. You have no mid-range jump shot. You cannot hurt us from 7 feet or 8 feet or 12 feet. This year he tried to shoot more threes, and sometimes he can be fairly effective from 3. Right. But when the pressure is on, he cannot be effective from 3 because he's not a very good three-point shooter, and you know and I know he is a liability at the free throw line, especially in playoff games. See what happened the other night against the Heat when he had a chance to seconds left, and he badly missed 2 straight free throws that surprised nobody. So here we go again against Miami, a smart team, tough team mentally and physically, with a good coach in Eric Spoelstra, and they just said, we're going to do what Toronto did last year. We're going to say, you can't have this anymore. In the regular season, he gets all he wants at the rim. He is this generation's Wilt Chamberlain, just finger rolling at the rim. He just swoops to the hoop and lays the ball home. And once he gets downhill on you, you know and I know, you cannot stop this man. No. But you can stop him with your mind and your strategy, because if you take that away, he doesn't have enough more to complement his game to hurt your defensive strategy of build a wall about 3 feet from the basket, right? Okay, that means by his standards, he is being overrated. I keep doing that, and I'll do it in all caps, overrated, because he did just do something only 2 other players have ever done. MVP, Defensive Player of the Year in the same year. And by the way, speaking of Defensive Player of the Year.
So what did Jordan do in that year?
Okay, that's fine. But he did it. Is that not a historic feat?
Giannis is going to do it. Is that not a historic feat?
Okay, I ask you, did Michael Jordan ever flame out in a playoff series the way LeBron did in 09, 10, and 11, twice for Cleveland and the first year in Miami? Did one time he ever have one playoff series where you said, Michael, what happened? You shrank, you disappeared. Nobody ever said that. Even when he wasn't getting out of the first round, he was scaring the holy hell out of the Boston Celtics, who barely swept him. They won close games each time. One game, the first game, he scored 63 and it went to overtime. They were relieved to get out from under the guy that Larry Bird called God disguised as Michael Jordan.
Okay, Skip, if we look at the last three finals LeBron has lost, he's 33, 11, and 9.
Okay.
So what credit do we get for that? Did he win? Did Michael Jordan win?
Yeah, once he broke through, he just won and won and won.
Skip,
he would have won 8 straight finals.
Skip, who's to say that Giannis, once he breaks through?
So here's the point. The Giannis I'm seeing, he's not an alpha. He doesn't have, as they say, that dog in him. He does not have takeover intangibles. He's a complementary star, and Richard is exactly right. He's in search of maybe not a Jordan, but a co-star. He's Anthony Davis in New Orleans, where he was the PER Prince in search of his